Hello and welcome to Victory Point Gaming. Today we are going to be taking a look at the new Ark Nova maps which were released over the weekend at Essen. There are 5 new maps which should be available in stores soon. Thank you very much to the Discord member who has uploaded me some pictures of this so we can take a look. If you are not already a member of the Victory Pals Discord, please check out the link in the description. First map is map 11, which is Caves. The observant among you will notice that there is a card upgrade bonus on the left hand side and there are 2 on the right hand side. Therefore, you can in theory upgrade all 5 action cards when you're using this map. Now that just seems crazy to me, it seems really potentially very good. We have the actual ability of the map itself, which is to be able to tuck cards, up to 3 cards, underneath your map board, and those can be drawn back into your hand, so it's kind of a temporary hand size if you like. And they, if left there, are going to give you some income during your income phase. So that seems like a pretty nice ability as well. We also see the extra shift mechanic from the expansion making an appearance. There are 2 instances whereby you can bring back a worker that you've already used in that round. This mechanic does some really interesting things. It can allow you to, for example, support 2 conservation projects when you have less than 3 workers. One thing that I've noticed as well about this map is that you have linked bonuses. So to get your first bonus, you're going to need a handshake and a university. So that actually, especially that last one, is a little bit more complicated to achieve than it might ordinarily be. It's pretty interesting that an upgrade is behind the 3rd worker, which is not necessarily something that people will rush. In this case, it might be something you want to prioritize. Very, very interesting. We'll have to see how that one plays out. Secondly, we have map 12, which is AI, Artificial Intelligence, Invasion of the Black Blobs. You can see we have 4 places where you can get the Black Blob bonus. That's hard to say. That thing is going to allow you to place cubes onto the yellow bordered numbers that you can see at the bottom of the screen. All of the numbers apart from 3 have got a yellow border. So you're placing them left or right when you get them. And then when you're taking your action, instead of looking at the number above the action, you're looking at the next highest visible number. So presuming you had cubes on all of them, like 1, 2, 4, and 5, then when you're taking action in slot 1, you're doing it at power 3, because it's the next highest visible. If you're doing one in slot 5, you're doing it at 6, because that's the next highest visible one when you're looking from 5. I think that's actually really incredibly interesting game design. I think they've really knocked it out of the park with this one. We can see we have more expansion mechanics popping up. We have the adaptability, which is allowing you to draw and discard a endgame card, and the marking ability also from the Marine Worlds expansion. One thing not to be underestimated on this map is the animal magnet ability. So this is like a one-time mega snap. You can just animal magnet everything that's visible in the display, and I can imagine this being situationally incredibly powerful. Okay, map 13, we have the drawing board. So this peculiar looking map, we start with the size 2 in the middle, and you have to fill out the various quadrants to get the bonuses. You get them instantly and then as an income. We have cut down the expansion mechanic as an income, so could be doing some cool things with that. I guess we could theoretically cut down our initial size 2. That would be a weird thing to do, so maybe not. But I guess you could put a navy or something in the middle instead. Who knows? One of the bonuses on the left-hand side is Adapt 3, which could be situationally amazing if you don't like your initial endgames. And one very noteworthy thing on this one is that you have no bonus for filling the map. So if you've noticed that big red angry 0, then that is why. I really like the look of the Hunt 4 on the left-hand side and the reputation. In fact, I like all of the bonuses. They all look really good, to be honest. Now we have the Lagoon. This one's all about finding lots of people. So at the beginning of the game, you find a person sponsor card and you take it into your hand. And you get to do that every time you get a new worker. And I find that thematically is really cool. The rules do clarify what exactly is a person sponsor card. It's when the name of the card actually makes sense as to it being a person. So even though Talented Communicator has got multiple people in the artwork, it's clearly a person. Whereas something like, for example, Quarantine Lab, although it shows one person, the name does not suggest a person. That's a pretty neat ability, and we could potentially be playing all of these people with one of our purple bonuses, which allows us to play down a person sponsor as potentially as an income. So that's kind of neat. We have more mechanics from the expansion with Wave and Shark Attack. Very cool. Generally, it seems like maybe not quite as strong as maybe some of the other maps, but I'll hang judgment until I get a chance to try it out. And the last map is Map T, which is a map that was designed for the World Series of Board Games. This particular one does seem to be overall quite balanced. It's got an ability which allows you, if you unlock that topmost purple ability, to gain a once per turn +1 boost to your action power. It has Scavenging 3 on it, and a nice little 3 reputation bonus on the left hand side, and some singular reputation bonuses on the right. Just generally seems to be fairly neutral and balanced. Overall, we can say that looking at these maps, they certainly have done some really interesting things and have certainly taken on board some of the balancing considerations compared to the original maps, which is to say that in the original maps, there were certain maps that were pretty difficult to accomplish endgames on, where it was hard to necessarily have lots of enclosures next to lots of different rocks and waters or whatever. This one, you can see quite clearly that they have given plenty of scope for placing things next to rock, next to water. Like it's been well thought out. You know, those person sponsors are some of the strongest cards in the game, so we will have to see. It seems a bit like this is the new Hollywood Hills to a certain extent, because depending on what person sponsor you get, it's going to be either incredibly good or incredibly bad, and also Shark Attack is variable in the same way. But yeah, overall, I think really, really impressed with this map pack. I will certainly be getting it myself when I get the opportunity to. Alright, my lovelies, that's about it for this video. If you leave a comment, that'd be cool. And follow, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.